Well, hello, my friends. Another delicious pasta Monday. We're making ravioli, cheese raviolis. Not just any kind of cheese raviolis, delicious cheese ravioli. They're beautiful, and I made a sauce with it. Let me tell you, my friends, you can rub that sauce all over your body. I promise you can do it. It's delicious. I'm very excited. We're gonna have some fun. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the bell. Stay tuned, friends. We're making raviolis. Okay, friends, what do you think? Somebody called and left a message last week and said, to be more professional, I should wear a hairnet. So what do you think? Mamma mia, ay, 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 ay. Okay, my hair, not too bad. Let me show you how to do this, friend. This is fun, no hairnet. And you imagine that if I had a hairnet on my YouTube channel, that would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? And the gloves, they say, wear the gloves and the hairnet. Well, unfortunately, whoever wrote that comment, you're not here eating my food. If you were, I still wouldn't wear one anyway. All right, friends, let me show you how to do this. Very simple, eh? We're gonna have fun. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make the stuffing for the raviolis. Then we're gonna make a sauce when we serve it, and then I'll show you how to make the raviolis. Very simple. Let's get going. Without further ado, the first thing we do is we do the stuffing. And the stuffing is gonna have mushrooms and shallots. So we put a little shallots. If you don't have shallots, use onion. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Shallots don't require much cooking. We're gonna put the mushrooms. The moisture of the mushrooms is going to help making sure the shallots do not burn. We're going to put a little salt in here that's going to help us draw the moisture. All right, so this is the stuffing, and the stuffing has got mushrooms. So this is like 4 or 5 mushrooms that I diced a little bit. Shallots was probably 2 tablespoons of chopped shallots. If you would, get a big shallots and chop it up. And I add a good tablespoon and a half of olive oil before that. Okay, then I put in. So we're going to saute all this. Get rid of the water, and then we're gonna add some garlic, sage, or you could add tarragon. It's also very nice, sage. And how much? This is about a tablespoon of chopped garlic and about a couple of teaspoons of chopped sage or thyme or tarragon, whatever your favorite herb is. Very simple, you see. And then we're going to put that in it, it's chopped, and I'm going to put a little bit of spinach. And that's going to be our stuffing. Then we're going to mix with the cheese. I'm going to show you how to make the cheese mixture. In the meantime, let's get to the sauce. Very simple. I'm going to do it very, very simple. I have butter in here, like about a good tablespoon of butter. And we're going to saute the shallots until they get some nice color, a little bit of color, light golden brown. And we're going to make a Marsala sauce. Now, of course, you can make a plain tomato sauce, a ravioli, a cheese ravioli. You can make a nice marinara sauce, or you can use your marinara sauce that you have in the freezer, and it'll be perfectly fine. But I figure, there's so many of them out there already in tomato sauce. I'll make a nice little other sauce for it. Okay, so then we have, again, sage or tarragon. I kind of saved the same flavor for the stuffing that I have for the sauce, so I don't have too many flavors on the plate. Otherwise, it's confusing. It's confusing the palate if you have too much flavor, too much fragrance, too much different flavors out there. So we'll put the herb, and we'll put a little bit of the garlic right there. And that was really little garlic, friends, for the sauce. I'd say about a teaspoon of garlic and about a half a teaspoon of the herb, whichever herbs you want. All right, and as soon as the garlic is fragrant, we're going to put a little bit of Marsala sauce, Marsala wine. Eh? Remember, Marsala is a fortified wine. That means then you don't need to reduce it. You don't reduce fortified wine. If you put a regular wine in there, you would have to reduce it until all the alcohol is gone. fortified wine, you do not reduce them. And there's port, there's Madeira, there's Marsala, there's sherry, there's a lot of different wine that you don't need, that we call fortified wine. They don't need to be reduced, okay? Pretty simple. You notice everything is so simple. All right, friends, now we're going to put our garlic in our stuffing and our fresh herb. And then we're going to put the spinach. But first I want to make sure that the garlic releases its aroma, because that's what we're putting it in there for, right? And we're going to reduce this, and then I'll do the cheese. This is not complicated, you know. It's not complicated. It's just you got to have your mise en place. You notice everything. If you don't have your mise en place, you can't do it. You gotta. I mean, you can do it, but then you're in the middle of cooking, and all of a sudden, oh, mamma mia, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot this, and then you got to do it. Now, I say that, but sometimes I forget too. I'm telling you. You would think after 50 years in the kitchen, I don't forget nothing. Mamma mia. I do forget. Look, a little bit of this right there. And also, I put some sun-dried tomato sometime also in there. It's delicious. Matter of fact, I made another one of those stuffing yesterday, and I have some dried tomato in it. You can put those sun-dried tomato if you have them. If you don't have them, then don't worry about them. Yeah, obviously, you don't have them. You don't need them. You don't have them. So a little salt and pepper. Let me get the salt right there. I know I already put a little bit here. And let me take a little bit of the fine pepper right here in the sauce and a little bit in here. And my mission is right here. That sauce is going to be finished in no time at all, friends. And right here, look how beautiful. I'm putting my beef stock in here. Beautiful beef stock, I think, because like I said, I don't need to reduce the wine. We're going to put 1 and 2, and we're going to let that cook. All right? And we'll let it cook for a little bit, and then we'll finish it up with butter. Yeah. This is the... See, look, most of the water is gone, but not completely. You see, the spinach has released quite a bit of water. So did the mushroom. Released a little bit of water as also. So we're going to wait for this, okay? We're going to wait. Now let's make the cheese mixture. All right. Now, don't follow my recipe, friends. Have fun with it. Do it with what you have. You don't need to go buy special cheese. I mean, of course, you may not have any ricotta, and you need to go. Now, the ricotta, friends, what I do is I get it and I drain it. You see, look. You drain the water because sometimes it's too liquid. So I'm going to take about, I'm not measuring exactly. I would say it's about 16 ounces. Yeah, it's about 16 ounces of ricotta cheese drained, okay? And what I do, the day before I know I'm going to need it, I drain it. I'm going to put a little goat cheese because I love goat cheese. You don't like goat cheese? Guess what? Don't put it in. You don't like it. You're not going to put it in, right? I love goat cheese. So I'm going to put about 2 ounces of goat cheese. You don't like it? Don't put it in. Somebody had a fun the other day, leave him a comment and said, if you don't like this, don't put it in. If you don't like this, don't put it in. I didn't like 4 ingredients. I didn't put anything in the recipe. You still got to put a few things. So look, a little cream cheese, because everybody got cream cheese, or a little bit of mascarpone, which is an Italian cream cheese, triple cream, delicious. I don't know, I would say that's about 4 ounces of cheese. But I don't know if you notice, but all my cheeses are very, very soft because I leave them at room temperature, otherwise you can't mix them. You can't mix them, all right? So look, all the water is almost gone out of this. Almost all gone out of this. This is looking good also. We're going to cook this another few minutes, and then we're going to strain and make a beautiful sauce. Brie cheese. You're going to say, Mamma mia, that's a lot of cheese. Why not? Brie cheese. Now, what I do with the Brie cheese, I buy a triple cream. Look how creamy that is. Look at this. Look at this. Put this on a baguette. Oh, delicious. You know what I do? I remove the rind of it. I remove the rind with a vegetable peeler. Let me get a spoon. With a vegetable peeler, what I do is I make sure it's really cold when I first get it, right? And then I take a vegetable peeler and I remove the rind because it makes some funny texture thing in the But look at that. This is amazing, my friends. It's going to be for me later. This is going to be amazing. So now, we got this whole beautiful mixture, right? We're going to put a little salt and pepper in there. This is a cheese mixture and a half, isn't it? Right? Put a little salt and pepper in there. Right there. And then we're going to put a little bit of the coarse black pepper. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm going to turn it off. A little bit of black pepper. And then we're going to mix it all up. You see, look. The quantity you put in is really up to you, friends. Don't follow my recipe. Have fun with it. If you don't have any other cheese, just put ricotta cheese. Just make sure you drain it. Otherwise, it's going to be too liquid. Now, it's very important that you take the time to mix it very well, obviously. Otherwise, you're going to have, okay, you're going to mix it. And then, what you have to do, my friends, after you did all this, you have to put it in the fridge, because right now, you're not going to be able to make a ravioli with this. It's too soft. So you put it in the fridge and let it get hard. Not hard, but, more solid. And what I do, I still put it in a drainer, like I'll show you. And then it's cold, mix it up really good, take your time. This, you have to mix with your cheese, but you have to wait for this to be cold. So instead of waiting, I'll show you, my friends. Right there. You see? I already made it. I got my cheese right there. You see, it still released a little bit of water, but not that much. So I'm going to get rid of it right there. Right? And then we're going to put the cheese. Let me get another spoon. You see? So now, friends, the sauce is ready. The stuffing of our ravioli is right there ready. You see? Then we're going to take the mushrooms. It's cold. You can't put hot on it. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's okay if it's not super cold, but it's a lot easier for you now to deal with that cheese mixture, my friends, to put your ravioli if it's cold. If it's warm, you're going to have a tough time making your ravioli, I promise you. All right, you mix it all up. And that's it, my friend. I'm going to clean up all this. The sauce is ready. Stuffing, we're done with it because we already used this one. This one I use it tomorrow. I'll make ravioli tomorrow. And we got the sauce. All we got to do is make the raviolis, get a pot of water. We'll cook them. And then I'll come back and we'll serve it. And we'll eat it. I'm going to mix this up. So I'll see you in a few minutes when I have time to clean up my kitchen and set it up for ravioli making. Okay, friends, everything is ready. The water is going. We're going to boil the ravioli. And the sauce is, I forgot to put the vinegar in the sauce. I don't know about you, but I always forget something. So friends, and it's not an aging thing, okay, because I've always been forgetting things. What are you going to do? Look, friends, I got the pasta sheet here. I made a video on how to make the pasta sheet. I don't know if you can buy, but I think you can buy pasta sheets out there, right? You can buy it, and you were telling me. So, friends, this is the pasta sheet. I run very, very thin. The dough, I run it so it's really like very, very, very thin. You want to, when you make a pasta sheet, friends, as much as we like to add flour, we want to avoid, see, look, what happens if you don't add flour? It sticks to each other, to itself, which is good. So what I do is I take a little bit of semolina flour and put it on a board that's easier. And you put a little bit of semolina flour on your board so it won't stick to your board. Otherwise, it'll stick, okay? Parchment paper and film parchment paper and or plastic wrap, okay? You got to put something in it, otherwise it dries out really fast. We're going to make big raviolis, okay? We're not going to make the standard, regular, little ding-dong raviolis. Anybody can do that, so I'm going to show you something a little different, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to make a beautiful ravioli. So what we're going to do, we're going to put them, they're going to look like this. They're going to be big like this. And so I'll show you. We're probably going to make three on these things right here. So we mark it so we know where we're going. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. We mark it. So this is our mark. We mark it. So this is our mark. He's going like, okay, what is he talking about? We're just marking it. Just cook him all. And then this is going to be the inside. You'll see in a second, you're going to understand what I'm doing. And this is the inside of it. See right there? Make sure you mark it well. Try to be in the center if you can. Okay? You see right there? So now I put the cheese in a pastry bag. It's easier. If you're going to do this, it's just easier. Otherwise, you can just put a scoop on it. I'm going to put a quail egg on the inside. And you see, it's very cool. This is not your easy ravioli, really quick, okay? If you want some of that, I'll make you some of it. But this is a little more complicated. It's a little more fancy for a dinner party. You can give it just one ravioli, or two, or three, or whatever. No. Look, we're going to put it in right there. We're going to stay inside that inside circle that I put in. We're going to stay inside, okay? We're going to stay inside, right? You'll understand in a minute why I'm doing this. It's important that you mark it so you know where you're going. You see? Make sure you stay on the inside of it, okay? I don't know if the camera, I say the camera can catch me pretty good, right? Yep. I have approval. So now, friends, we're going to put some quail egg in there. You're going to say, where do we get quail egg? Grocery store. Grocery store, and I'll show you how to cut them. It depends. You can't always have the same kind of a shell, you know, they're not always the same. But what I like to do is you can actually, believe it or not, you can take a little serrated knife and you can cut it, or you can take a very good scissors and you can cut it on the top like this, you see? Right? And then you take your quail egg and you go right in there. Okay? And it's really that simple, right? You see? Really, really simple, friends. Well, put it in there. You can put just the yolk or you can put the whole egg. Okay? So now what we're going to do, friends, we're going to take a little bit of egg yolk. Oh, there's a little bit ran out, but it's okay. We're going to take a little bit of egg yolk. Certainly you could take some of that white right there. It'll be perfectly fine. And we're going to put it around. You see? Look. Pretty simple. Going all the way around it. Right? And then we're going to take our second pasta dough, that sheet right there, and we're going to put this away. Put it out of the day. Quail egg, you find them everywhere. You can skip that. You can put a regular, very small egg. Now here, be careful now, because this dough has tendency of sticking because I don't put any flour on it. It's not like I'm making noodles, right? So now I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in right in there, just like this. And the dough should just hug your cheese. You see? It just hugs it. All right, so now we want to make sure we get rid of the air, okay? No air. Air is our enemy right there, so we're going to get rid of it. Here, you get out of here. Oops, see, you go around it. No air, okay? We're going to get there. Make sure there's no air. Go in like this and get rid of the air. You go from here on the top, up, and you push the air out of this. See, it should hug it. Should hug it. Like this guy here did not hug it, but it's okay. We're going to get you. See, look, go in and follow the air bubble and just give it an escape route. All right? So it's pretty simple so far, friends. I mean, like I said, I know it's not the... and now what we're going to do, friends, we're going to take the border right here and we're going to make it solid. Okay? Because we're going to make like a flower, you see? Make it solid. And then what we do now, we take a bigger cutter and we cut it. And we really make it a good mark. Make sure you're in the middle. Now you understand my whole reasoning of doing this, you see? And then we're going to go in right there. And now, as long as I put it hard enough. Now you got to be careful. If you don't put it hard enough, it's not exactly easy to go back in. So you got to really do it hard, okay? Otherwise, see what happened? Mamma mia. Okay, here we go. It's supposed to be like a beautiful flower when you come out. You see? Beautiful. This guy's not so beautiful, so don't look at this one, okay? So look, see right there, my friends? Oh, hold on. Hold on. See, if you don't put too much, if you don't put enough flour, they have tendency of sticking it, so be careful. There you go, you come back pretty. There you go. So that's why it's important to put the semolina flour on the bowl. Okay, my friends? So now, look how beautiful that is. Now we're going to take this. We're going to put it in the water. Make sure your water doesn't boil too hard. Salt on the water, that's all. I said, make sure it doesn't boil too hard. Look at this. It's boiling so hard, I'm turning it off. Mamma mia. It was a little too much. All right, here we go. Make sure they don't touch each other. Piece of cake so far, right, my friends? Like I said, it's not. And this, by the way, you can play it again. Let it rest in the fridge. See, look. Let it rest in the fridge. And that dough will work again. Work a little bit, okay? Let me clean up all this mess I made. Okay? Now, while the pasta are cooking, we're going to finish the sauce, friends, okay? Everybody's with me so far? They're with me. All right, my friends. There you go. We have a clean counter now. Voila. Love this brush. All right, let's see how we're doing here. We're doing good. All right, keep cooking. Okay, now the sauce, friends. The sauce, you could certainly use it like that. It'd be perfectly fine. There'd be nothing wrong with using it like that. But I don't find it very elegant. And you know, I think a sauce should always be elegant. And this one is not elegant. Because it's got all that shallots in there and all the herbs and all that. So you know what I do? I take it, I put it in another pot, and I strain it. Now, don't need to do that if you don't want to. Okay? It's still got to taste good. I just think, remember, the texture is the conductor of flavor. Texture, conductor of flavor. This is a very important thing to remember all the time when you're cooking. Because if it doesn't have the right texture, it doesn't touch your tongue the right way. Remember, it's all about the tongue. I know I'm repeating this all the time, but it's so important, my friends. It's all about the tongue. Now, make sure you have a very thin strainer. Very thin, like a double mesh or triple mesh strainer. And then, oh, here you go. And then voila. Now look, friends. Now look at this. Look at that sauce. Is that a beauty or is that a beauty? I think it's a beauty. What happened? It's a little bit of sauce got in there. Ooh, that's hot. So now what do we need to do to finish this sauce, friends? What do we need to do to finish? Yes, you're right. A little butter. A little butter. Don't be afraid now. Butter is a friend. Okay? When you hear people tell you, oh, too much butter is bad for you. Another channel. Turn the heat off. Make sure when you put the butter, you turn the heat off, right? Because you don't want the butter to separate. Remember, butter is an emulsion. And if you, how do you make clarified butter? You bring it to boil, what happens? It separates. It becomes oily. Do you want oily consistency butter or do you want creamy consistency butter? What am I doing with the scissors? So look. Make sure you put it in and mix it in. And now, my friends, now you have a sauce that you should be able to rub all over your body. Delicious. Okay, friends. Next thing I'm going to do, we're going to make it just a simple little plate. Then, friends, here's what we're going to do. Let me get a ladle. I want to make a nice little plate. And you see, you can make ravioli look very pretty. There's no reason not to. You take the sauce and you put it in the bottom of a plate. Now, you can serve that as an appetizer. You can serve them as a main course. I think it's more of an appetizer. So if you have a dinner party, you can have them all ready in advance, friends. And at the last minute, just plunge them in the water. Because you see, they're not going to cook very long. Matter of fact, they're ready. You put the sauce in the middle. Just like that. Little sauce in the middle. That's all. Nothing fancy. Then you take a rag right there with a towel, and you go fishing for your raviolis. Go fishing for the raviolis. See, go fishing for your raviolis. Put them on a towel. This one somehow got upside down. Come back. No, it was not. It was the right thing. And this one got a stain on it. Wash it out. There we go. All right. Now we're going to take those raviolis, put them on the plate, and the last thing I like to do, friends, I like to put little pine nuts. I love a little pine nuts. So we could put a Parmigiano Reggiano, but I forgot it. So that's okay. I forgot my Parmigiano Reggiano. Next time, you can put a little Parmigiano Reggiano, friends. Just a little bit. So we're going to go in, and we'll put one ravioli here. This one, we'll put it back on the other side. One ravioli here. Magically, the Parmigiano Reggiano appears. Ha ha! Ooh, they're hot. What are they supposed to be hot, Jean-Pierre? They come out of the heat. You see? Very simple, eh? Now, you can put a sauce everywhere if you want. I just think Parmigiano. Oh, by the way, friends, since I have it here, I'm going to do a video of all the tricks, of all the tools, all the stuff that I discovered in 50 years, then saved my life. Look, whenever I get a piece of cheese, I always put it in a bag and remove the air. This is really simple. I'll talk about this in one of the videos because it's so simple. It saves everything. I mean, that cheese will last forever, my friends. Look, I'm going to put a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano on it. Very simple. Okay, look. Just a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano. Right on top like this. It's a cheese ravioli after all, right? Cheese ravioli. You can put a normal sauce if you want. Friends, the pine nuts are really cool. You don't like pine nuts? Don't put them in. Okay? That's it. Very simple, eh? We don't do anything fancy here. Some people are saying, what are you talking about, not fancy? I said, oh, fancy. I think we're going to take a spoon because the egg is going to run. I want you to show you. You ready for the camera, friends? Because we're going to go in our raviolis, and we're going to cut it, and the egg yolk is going to run into it. You see, look. You watch, friends. Let me show you. Let me get let me get a fork here, friends, so I can show you. It might be a little too late now, it's all running everywhere. You see, friends? So now, you're eating these amazing raviolis right there with the cheese and the egg yolk running. Put a little sauce in there. Holy mamma mia. You see, I'm trying to eat too. Oh. I'm going to make a mess. Forgive me. My friend, I did make a mess, didn't I? Wow. Normally, you don't eat it like that. You eat it right there. It's really delicious. My friends, look at this. Mix it up with the sauce. The sauce, my friend, is heaven. The raviolis are perfect. We can put all kind of stuffing in there. Anyway, that was my quick little lesson on raviolis. My friends, remember, thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell. Thanks for watching. Man, that was good. I ate like a slop, mamma mia. I should have done it correctly with a spoon right in the front of them. They're gonna think I don't know how to eat. I'm telling you. Delicious.